Recently, I came across an interview with one of my OG financial teachers, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. In case you don't know, he is a multimillionaire, a property developer, and an investor. And he's definitely someone you would consider that has made it. And in this interview, he was asked what he would do if he was to go completely broke. And that also means no skills, no savings, no connections at all. What would he do? And this was his answer.
If I had to do it again, I'd go work for McDonald's.
Now, obviously, you're not going to become financially successful by flipping burgers at McDonald's, but that's not what Kiyosaki meant. He's talking about the 3 main lessons you would learn by working for Macca's, as we call it in Australia. So in honor of the man himself, I'm calling this the McDonald's formula of becoming financially successful and business successful if you were to start from scratch. I wanted to make this video because I do believe there's a whole bunch of you that are starting from absolute total zero. No skills, no money, and no investments. And when you are wanting to have all of those things, prosperity and abundance in this area, financial sphere, it might seem like a super difficult task. So I'm going to share Kiyosaki's formula here, as well as adding my input, what I would do if I was also starting from scratch. So hopefully you're going to get some insights into how you might be able to propel your success forward. So we should get into it, shouldn't we? But first, don't forget we have an epic newsletter that I think you're going to love. So just check it out, link in bio, short stories all about helping you to become a much more free human. You're going to love it. The McDonald's formula for starting from zero. So firstly, I want to chat about what I think the 3 main points that Kiyosaki was trying to convey when he elaborated about starting to work at McDonald's if he was to go from zero. And these 3 main points are: Lesson 1, meet your basic needs. Lesson 2, level up your skills. Lesson 3, find a need you can serve. I want to talk about these briefly because I think they are just so important. Firstly, you absolutely need to take care of your basic needs. There are a lot of wannabe entrepreneurs in the world. Obviously, this is kind of painted as the dream, but I dare say there is not that many people that would be willing to work at such organizations because they might be too proud because they are entrepreneurs. However, that's not really rational thinking. The way that I see it, if you are absolutely and utterly broke, getting a job is just a dream because it covers your basic needs. If you've ever been at a point where you don't have enough money to pay your rent, for example, or buy food for yourself, you know how much anxiety that brings. You know how much stress that brings. And if you think that you could create any financial prosperity for yourself from such a place of lack, it's just not going to happen. You're not going to have the creative flow. You are going to be lacking the capacity for your brain to think up genius ideas because you are in such a stressed out state. Now, of course, the flip side of it, sometimes these moments of extreme stress and tension are the things that propel a lot of entrepreneurs forward and get them out of that place because they just don't want to be there that much that they're going to work so hard to get out of that. But that doesn't work for everybody. The way that I did it, I absolutely wanted to cover my basic needs first. This is why I worked in a bar up until things started working for me. I wasn't afraid, ashamed. I loved it. It was so much fun getting to talk to a lot of customers, learning to sell as well because you have to sell on different things, engage with customers. So it was really great skill sets. And then on the weekends and at nighttime, I would just grind. Yeah, I did. And hustle. Yeah, I did. And I just stayed up learning and implementing and executing and failing and doing it all over again. Now, having my basic needs met, having a roof over my head and not being worried that that's going to disappear was just the exact space I needed for me to feel secure so I could dedicate all of my energy to figuring out how the business world works. Now, step 2 in Kiyosaki's McDonald's formula is to level up your skills. Now, of course, you're probably not going to learn the most valuable skills working at Macca's. That is not what Kiyosaki was talking about. What he was getting at was that the fastest way to level up your skills is to actually work for somebody else. If there is a skill you really, really want to learn, you're not going to turn to someone that doesn't know that information. You're going to try to go to someone that has the real expertise. Like for me, you wouldn't ask me how to create a chain of burger stores because I wouldn't know how to do that, but I am a gem at creating online businesses with specifically content creation behind it. This is my formula. But before I had any of my successful businesses, I had to start somewhere, and photography was something that I really wanted to get better at. And so I ended up interning for some of the best photographers in Sydney when I was living there, and I absorbed so many skills that later on led me to make millions of dollars from the skill sets that I learned working for these people for just a mere months. You might even know this for yourself. Maybe you've gone and done some sort of higher education, let's say gone to university to study for a job. Maybe for yourself, just like it was for me, you learned more in the first few weeks or months of being at that job than your entire degree. That was definitely the case for me. And you cannot deny that even though Macca's is just like a fast food chain, it is genius. It is genius, and you get to observe how it works, the automation, the processes that they have in place to make it such a fast, efficient business that always has the exact same experience for every single person. You get to learn so much about business because you're surrounded by a system that was created in order for it to succeed, and they've refined it over years and years and years. If you have the right mind, you are gonna watch everything like a hawk. And by having that kind of a mindset where you're so dedicated to understanding their business formula and business model, you are gonna then implement it into your own business. This is such a great training platform, such a great platform. And the last part of the McDonald's formula is learning how to serve a need. Now, I'm pretty sure we can agree that Macca's isn't exactly the healthiest food on the planet. However, it has fulfilled a specific need better than any other company on the planet, and that is tasty.
This is a tasty burger.
Reliable, affordable, delicious, consistent food. And so I've always been a believer that business is nothing but service. The more you are able to fulfill a need for as many people as possible, the more money you're going to make. Business is nothing but serving people. And so these are the lessons that I took away from Mr. Kiyosaki if he was to start from scratch. And I think these lessons are basically applicable to anyone in any type of situation around the world, any industry. So what would I personally do if I was to start from scratch? I need to be in an environment that fosters creativity. So let's go for a little walk. Quick FYI, if you're looking for a place to hold your money as you're learning to save, a great place could be BlockFi, where they pay you up to 9% in interest for your cash deposits. Link in bio to find out more. I'm ready to garden. So what would I do if I was to start from scratch whilst I prune my mum's delicious cucumbers that are just kind of out of control? I'd try to get in and be a receptionist, I think, I think a receptionist. If I was to work in a real estate agency, I'd try to go for a really, really big one and just try to absorb absolutely everything to do with real estate, and then potentially try to progress onto being a real estate agent. So become a fly on the wall and like really absorb everything, even if it was just an office manager that just cleans the office, for example. Did I just cut something that was really valuable? Oh my God, did I? Don't think that any job is underneath you. I interned and I got paid nothing at the beginning because I was so embarrassed by how little I knew. And that was like the most amazing thing that I could have done for myself, because holy crap, I learned so much. And I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would literally become a millionaire from the photography skills that I learned being an intern and a little for these companies. You just never know what kind of skills you need, but the hands-on experience of being surrounded by the people that think this way is exactly what you need. So getting yourself foot in the door of where you want to end up. Whatever it takes, whatever job they have on the line, do it. Start implementing businesses or tactics or plans, strategize of what you would do, how you do it better, how you serve your customers better, and then serve that need. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I hope that you got some value out of this video. Also, we have that amazing newsletter, so check it out. And we have an amazing membership community filled with wonderful humans so dedicated to the path of becoming as free as possible. So if you want to find out more about this private membership, there's a link in bio for that. And I'll see you in the next one.